My baby, bro. Keep saying he going, bro. I don't know what the. Y'all just be making stuff out of nothing, so. It's funny. Ooh, good bird, Bubba Bear.
Did you catch it? Chrisean Rock have just set the internet on fire again. And this time, it's bigger than a cryptic tweet or a blurry paparazzi shot outside some late-night lounge. This was raw, unfiltered, live. Mere moments ago, Chrissy hit that go live button, cradling baby Junior against her shoulder, staring straight into the lens as tens of thousands of viewers flooded her stream within seconds. No flashy intro, no filter, just Chrissy, a baby on her hip, and a look in her eyes like she'd finally had enough. And why now? That's what everyone's asking. Why pick this exact moment to break her silence? Because if you've been paying attention, you already know, the tension between Chrisean Rock has been simmering for weeks. Quiet at first, subtle, unfollows, passive-aggressive captions, that kind of thing. Then it escalated. People noticed. Chrissy wasn't showing up at Rock's events. Rock wasn't posting baby Junior anymore. Comment sections started filling up with theories and side-taking, but tonight, the tension didn't just simmer, it boiled over. From the very first second of her live, Chrissy wasn't here to play coy. She wasn't dodging questions or sticking to vague statements. She leaned in, voice steady but unmistakably sharp. I wasn't gonna say anything, she started, bouncing Junior gently. But y'all keep asking. Y'all keep running your mouths. And I'm tired. So here it is. The chat exploded. Messages flashed by so fast it was impossible to keep up. What's she gonna say? It's about to get real. We knew something was up, and Chrissy delivered. She didn't name names at first, but it wasn't hard to fill in the blanks. Talking about people acting brand new, forgetting who held them down when they had nothing, and most tellingly, thinking you can erase your family like we're just props for Instagram. For the people watching, it wasn't just entertainment. It felt like witnessing a relationship crack wide open in real time. What really set it off, though, was when Chrissy picked up her phone midstream and pulled up a message thread. Scrolled through it live on camera. Viewers squinted, paused their own screens, screen recorded the whole thing. And sure enough, there it was, a conversation between her and Rock. Messages that suggested he hadn't seen baby Junior in weeks, not days, weeks. By this point, comments weren't just rolling in, they were flooding. Yo, Rock really ghosted. Where's he at now? This is wild. And as always, the internet detectives got to work immediately. Within minutes, Twitter, or X if you want to be official about it, was trending with hashtags like #ChrissyLive, #BabyJunior, and yes, #WhereIsRock. People started digging into Rock's recent posts, looking for signs. Was he in town? Was he still following Chrissy? Was he posting anything that hinted at the drama? Meanwhile, Chrissy wasn't backing down. Before ending the live, she looked straight into the camera one more time, voice softer but somehow even more serious. I don't care about the clout. I don't care about the comments. I care about my son. And if you think I'm gonna stay quiet while people lie on me, think again. Then she ended the stream. Just like that. No goodbyes, no fade out, just a hard stop, and now, here we are. The internet in full meltdown mode. Videos being clipped and shared. Think pieces already being drafted. Reaction tick multiplying by the second. It's bigger than just Chrisean Rock now. It's about what people see in themselves. Family drama, loyalty, parenthood, public image versus private reality. Whatever happens next. One thing's certain, this isn't going away quietly. And if tonight's live was just the opening move, there's a lot more coming. Stay tuned. Grandma Karlissa, Junior's own grandmother, sparked a storm of backlash aimed directly at Chrissy. And the world wasn't about to miss her response. Would she stand tall and answer her critics? Or would the weight finally break her? What happened next was pure internet pandemonium. As those live notifications pinged across phones everywhere, fans, critics, influencers, everyone dropped what they were doing to witness this mother versus grandmother drama unfold in real time. The chat went ballistic, accusations flying, support pouring in, trolls stirring things up, Paul colliding in one messy digital wave. The burning question on every viewer's mind: would Chrissy defend her name and her baby? Or would this be the moment she cracked in front of millions? And then just when it felt predictable, Chrissy flipped the script in a way no one could have predicted. What she did left jaws on the floor. And let me say, this live wasn't just another social media moment. It was the kind of thing that locks you to your screen until the final second. Truth is, Chrissy's life has never fit the ordinary mold. From the very beginning, fans couldn't look away, drawn to her raw energy, her headline-making arguments, heartaches, and her roller coaster romance with Blueface. But when Chrissy stepped into motherhood, the internet wasn't ready for what came next. From the day Junior was born, all eyes have been on him. Chrissy seemed determined to prove that, no matter what anyone said about her wild past, she was here to show up as a real mom. But the digital world wasn't about to just stand back and watch quietly. Everyone had something to say. Blueface's mother, Karlissa. Karlissa has always been that loud voice in the room, equal parts protective and provocative, depending on who you ask. Her social media presence is legendary for stirring drama. And when it came to her grandkids, she didn't pull any punches. From day one, she questioned every step Chrissy made, what she posted, where she went, who she was with. It was like Chrissy's life was under a microscope. The blogs ate it up. The trolls fed off it. Even Chrissy's biggest supporters couldn't help feeling uneasy. And then, just last week, the tension snapped. Karlissa jumped on her own livestream, throwing shade that wasn't so subtle. Some people just aren't made for motherhood, she said, her voice dripping with implication. The comments blew up instantly. She mentioned concerns for Junior, hinting at neglect without outright saying it. Fans ran wild with it. Twitter, TikTok, gossip pages everywhere spun her words into conspiracy theories and hot takes. Chrissy, on the outside, tried to stay cool. Selfies with Junior. Clips of their day-to-day life. A mom showing she's holding it together. But anyone paying close attention saw the cracks. Exhaustion in her eyes. Random social media blackouts, disappearing for hours or even days. The pressure was mounting. Then came the video that tipped everything over. A grainy clip began circulating online. Junior crying while Chrissy sat scrolling on her phone. It was only a few seconds long, but long enough to ignite an uproar. Comment sections caught fire. Some defended her. Every parent needs a moment. Others accused her of neglect. Hashtags like #ProtectJunior and #PrayForChrissy started trending. Right in the heart of all this chaos, Chrissy's inner circle started to fracture. The live stream had already set social media ablaze. But what happened next hit differently. It wasn't just internet speculation or fan theories anymore. It was personal. Friends Chrissy once thought she could trust began leaking private DMs. Conversations that weren't meant for public consumption suddenly showing up on blogs, gossip channels, and timeline screenshots. At first, it was just one message here, one vague post there, comments from close friends, hinting that there was more to the story than Chrissy let on during her live. But within hours, things escalated. One particular message circulated fast. A screenshot of a DM where Chrissy allegedly confessed, "I don't know if I'm good enough. Everyone's watching, waiting for me to fail." That one line hit like a gut punch. People had seen Chrissy's tough exterior on Live, standing her ground, looking into the camera, without flinching. But here was a softer, far more vulnerable version of her, a woman doubting herself in the middle of a storm. And it wasn't just fans reacting. Commentators, YouTubers, and even verified influencers started weighing in. Some offered empathy. "Yo, we forget these are real people sometimes. Imagine going through all that with the whole internet in your business." Others were less kind, saying things like, "Publicity stunt, plain and simple. One minute she's spilling tea on live, next minute it's leaked DMIs. Don't fall for it." But whether people believed it or not, the fact remains someone close to Chrissy had shared that message. Someone she'd trusted enough to open up to in private was now using her words as content. As the hours passed, more alleged leaks surfaced. Voice notes, old photos, unsent drafts of captions never meant to see the light of day. One friend even claimed Chrissy had been spiraling for weeks leading up to the live, locking herself in her house, ignoring calls, barely sleeping. And just like that, Chrissy's inner circle wasn't a circle anymore. It was a battlefield. What made it sting even more for fans was how public and personal it all felt. This wasn't the kind of celebrity drama where an artist drops a diss track and keeps it moving. This was real-life pain bleeding onto social media timelines, minute by minute. By now, Hashtag ChrissyGate and hashtag Inner Circle Mess were trending right alongside hashtag Baby Junior and hashtag Where is Rock? And as usual, the internet detectives got to work. People were trying to figure out exactly which friend leaked what. Analyzing follower lists and old posts. Comparing writing styles in anonymous blog submissions to Chrissy's actual friends. Meanwhile, Chrissy stayed silent. No new lives, no new posts. Her account showed no activity. And in that silence, people filled in the blanks. Some said she was laying low, waiting for things to blow over. Others speculated she was planning her next move, maybe a full sit-down interview, maybe another bombshell live. Insiders, though, suggested something different. According to one blog that claimed to have a source directly connected to Chrissy's team, she wasn't thinking about social media at all. She's hurt, the source said. It's not even about Rock anymore, it's about feeling like she has no one left to trust. And if that's true, it makes sense. Because betrayal doesn't always come from the big public fallout. Sometimes, it's the quiet cuts from the people closest to you that hurt the most. Fans who've followed Chrissy from the beginning pointed out how her whole brand was built around loyalty, family first, trust above all. To see her world unravel like this felt like watching the foundation crack in slow motion. Comments sections filled up with messages like, "Protect your peace, Chrissy. Not everyone deserves access to you. Once trust is broken, there's no going back." And yet, as always, with internet drama, there was another side to it. Some argued that Chrissy had opened the door herself, by going live, by airing personal details in front of tens of thousands. She invited the chaos. One viral tweet put it bluntly, "If you don't want people in your business, don't put your business on live." Still, that didn't erase the reality of what she was dealing with now, friends turning into strangers. Private pain becoming public entertainment. Where things go from here is anyone's guess. Will Chrissy speak up again? Will she cut ties with her entire circle and start fresh? Will Rock finally break his own silence and tell his side of the story? For now, all anyone knows for sure is that things won't just quietly fade away. Not when there are so many eyes watching. Not when the internet thrives on every new update, every leaked message, every tear-stained voice note played back through a phone speaker. Because once loyalty breaks, it's not just about picking up the pieces, it's about figuring out who really deserves a seat at the table when everything else is gone. Whether those words were real or twisted by gossip didn't matter, they spread like wildfire. Right behind the rumors came a wave of so-called insider reports. Anonymous sources claimed Chrissy was losing control, that even Blueface was worried about Junior's safety. Meanwhile, Blueface, total wildcard, 1 minute posting cryptic tweets about loyalty and staying solid, the next vanishing into the party scene or the studio. Was he standing by Chrissy or siding with his mom? No one could say for sure. Then came the final blow. On a Monday night, Karlissa dropped what she claimed were private messages from Blueface hinting he might step in for Junior's protection. That was it. The internet lost it. Some fans called for CPS, others accused Karlissa of going too far. The family drama had spilled so far into public view, it felt like it couldn't go any further. And that's when Chrissy acted. Out of nowhere, no post, no teaser, just one sudden notification. Chrissy was live. Fans scrambled to join. There she was, Chrissy in her living room. Junior in her arms, staring straight into the camera with a look no one could quite pin down. Anger, fear, exhaustion. Or maybe this was the moment she finally spoke her truth. No filters, no edits. The viewer counts skyrocketed, 500, 5,000, 20,000 in less than a minute. For now, all anyone could do was hold their breath and wait. Because this wasn't just Chrissy versus Karlissa anymore. This was bigger, about motherhood, redemption, reputation, and proving everyone wrong in front of the whole world. And whatever Chrissy was about to say, no one was ready for it. That's a pretty intense situation. You've laid out a vivid timeline of public drama, family conflict, social media escalation, and legal tension involving Christian, Blueface, and Karlissa. If you're asking for thoughts, insights, or a summary, here are a few observations. This isn't just typical influencer drama, it's crossing over into real life. Consequences like alleged CPS involvement and potential custody issues. Public opinion seems to be split sharply, some siding with Christian as a mother defending herself. Others seeing Blueface's actions as protective or controlling depending on the lens. The cycle of live streams, leaked DMs, and videos is fueling an endless loop of speculation that's hard for anyone involved to control or step away from. This is a reminder of how personal struggles can get magnified and distorted when played out on such a large public stage. If you're working on turning this into an article, video script, or need help with structuring it into clearer beats, I'm happy to help with that. Let me know how you'd like to move forward. That last section really escalates things into full crisis territory. You've outlined a chain of events that doesn't just tell the story of a public family dispute, paints a picture of what feels like a carefully orchestrated takedown. For clarity, here's a structured recap that lays everything out step by step, in case you're looking to organize it more cleanly or present it with more weight and focus. It starts with Chrissy's now infamous live stream. That's the first domino. Late at night, no warning, Chrissy goes live holding baby Junior, addressing rumors and frustrations head-on. The stream itself is emotional, sharp, and pointed. She isn't just venting about vague issues, she directly implies that Rock hasn't seen their child in weeks and that her trust has been broken. That alone would have been enough to ignite social media. But it doesn't stop there. Immediately after the stream, social platforms explode. Hashtag Chrissy Alive and hashtag Where's Rock start trending within the hour. Reaction videos, think pieces, and social media commentary flood every platform from Twitter to TikTok. But in the middle of all that noise, something shifts. What started as public commentary suddenly takes a more personal, targeted turn. That's when Chrissy's inner circle fractures. Friends she believed she could trust begin leaking private messages. These aren't just random texts, they're deeply personal DMs that show Chrissy at her most vulnerable. One message, in particular, becomes the focal point. I don't know if I'm good enough, ... Everyone's watching, waiting for me to fail. That line hits the internet like a lightning bolt. It reframes the narrative. Now, it's not just about a family falling apart publicly, it's about Chrissy's mental and emotional state behind the scenes. The public begins to see her not as a strong, composed figure but as someone cracking under pressure, doubting herself while the world watches. As soon as that first leak goes viral, more begin to surface. Voice notes of Chrissy allegedly crying, screenshots of old drafts she never posted, even pictures from months prior that suggest things had been rocky longer than anyone realized. It starts to feel less like random leaks and more like a coordinated effort to discredit or destabilize her. The internet, always quick to analyze, picks up on the pattern. Twitter threads and Reddit posts lay out timelines, connecting dots. The live stream drops. Within hours, the first DM leak appears. Less than a day later, multiple other leaks surface, all from different supposed friends. Anonymous blog sources start quoting inside people on Chrissy's team, painting her as spiraling, unstable, and isolated. That's where things start to feel orchestrated. The speed and volume of leaks don't feel accidental. Some fans suggest Chrissy may have been set up all along, pressured into going live as part of someone else's larger plan to discredit her and control the story. Whether that theory holds water or not, it highlights just how messy and layered the situation has become. Meanwhile, Chrissy goes silent. After the live stream, there are no follow-up posts, no clarifications, no interviews. Her absence creates a vacuum that only fuels more speculation. Some believe she's taking time to regroup. Others think she's planning a strategic comeback, a second live, an exclusive interview, maybe even legal action against the people leaking her private information. Throughout all of this, Rock remains quiet as well. His social accounts show no reaction to Chrissy's live or the subsequent fallout. That silence only intensifies the drama. In internet culture, silence is its own kind of statement. People interpret it in different ways. Some say, Rock's silence confirms guilt. Others argue it shows he's trying to stay above the drama. And some wonder if legal or business teams have advised both sides to say nothing publicly for now. By the end of this chain of events, what started as a family argument has evolved into full crisis territory. The key beats look like this. Chrissy's explosive live stream reveals family tension and publicizes private struggles. Social media reaction explodes, splitting fans into sides and igniting debate. Private DMs and voice notes leak from Chrissy's supposed friends, reframing the narrative toward her emotional state. An overwhelming volume of leaks and insider quotes suggests a coordinated effort, not just random betrayal. Both Chrissy and Rock fall silent, leaving the public to fill in the blanks and driving even more speculation. In summary, What's happening here isn't just an ordinary celebrity dispute playing out online, it's a layered, multi-stage public crisis, part personal, part orchestrated, part internet-fueled wildfire. If this were being broken down for a documentary or investigative article, you could almost present it like chapters in a book. Chapter 1. The live stream heard round the world. Chapter 2. Betrayal from within. Chapter 3. The leaks and the silence. Chapter 4. The waiting game. This structured recap makes it clear just how quickly things escalated and how every new development fed into the next. It also highlights why fans are so hooked. This isn't just entertainment, it's an evolving loyalty test, a case study in trust, privacy, and how quickly a public figure's world can unravel in the digital age. Main developments: Christian's receipts. Christian posted text messages and missed calls showing Blueface pressuring and threatening her, painting a different picture than his public claims. The leaked recording, an alleged clip of Blueface admitting he wanted CPS involved not for Junior's safety, but to force Christian to fold. Flipped public perception, again. Celebrity reactions. Figures like Cardi B and Jason Lee indirectly weighed in, amplifying the story beyond fan circles. Karissa's confirmation: Blueface's mother confirmed he did contact CPS, claiming it was to protect Junior, but this split fan opinion further. Christian's restraining order. She filed for emergency protection against Blueface, citing emotional harassment and legal intimidation. Anonymous medical leak. Medical records showed Junior was healthy and well cared for, suggesting CPS may have been misled with false claims. The former assistant's recording, a leaked conversation with someone sounding like Blueface's lawyer, revealed a strategy to trigger public doubt via CPS involvement. Not genuine concern. Christian's emotional response. She went live again, now positioned firmly as the person fighting back against what looks like a coordinated attempt to ruin her. It looks like you're working on writing or structuring a social media recap, possibly for a video script, blog post, or thread format. You've got the tone locked, in dramatic, urgent commentary. If you'd like help refining it into something a little more structured, I can format it into a cleaned up YouTube script, outline a Twitter, X thread format, an IG, carousel breakdowner, even a blog style article. Let me know what platform or tone you're aiming for, or if you just want raw editing for flow and clarity while keeping the hype and messiness intact. I can do that too. What's your priority with this? Clarity, hype, length, or platform-specific formatting?